Hey, everybody. I'm Hillary Atkin from the Atkin Report, and I'm absolutely thrilled to welcome Jim Ranger from The Voice to this edition of Hillary's Happy Hour. Jim, how are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I'm finer than frog hair, as my papa would say. It is life is pretty crazy right now, but it's pretty amazing.
Well, you have been amazing on The Voice. All of your performances have been incredible, and I especially loved your rendition of Tim McGraw's Humble and Kind. We're both
Yeah.
Californians. I think you can understand when I say I would love to drive around with that blaring from the speakers everywhere.
Yes.
But
Yes, that's
tell us
beautiful.
about the significance of that song to you.
Well, there's so much to it. I mean, it's first of all, it's just a beautiful song. I mean, it's one of those songs that just resonates with people, and it does that for me. Me and I got like what's talk about on the show. I got a couple of young men that I'm helping raise up, and my heart is always that they strive for dreams, and they do the best they can. All the while though, while you're achieving, stay humble, stay kind, stay grounded, stay grateful, don't be entitled to anything. And yeah, so it's one of those things where, I mean, we really have like it's one of those songs that's on our playlist when we're sitting around the bonfire with my dad, and the family's around, and we're all listening to that song, and it just uh I think it's one of those things that can never get lost, and no matter what we're doing, that you're passing that along, because it's just so important. It's so important.
Well, especially during these times, it's such an inspirational and meaningful song. I think it's going to become
I know.
my own anthem.
Oh,
I love it. But you were mentioning your family. Talk to us
yeah.
about their reaction to your journey on The Voice. What's it been like for them?
Well, they're teenagers too, so I definitely have become cooler in their book, no doubt. um but they have been so excited about this whole thing. It's hard to grasp, like the bigness of this and being on this, and we're FaceTiming every night. We got to kind of be locked down in this hotel, and because of COVID, and all that stuff and all the protocols that we have to follow. So I was separated from them for a long time, but we spent so many hours talking on FaceTime, and and staying connected. And I don't think they truly grasped it until the episode started airing. And then all of a sudden you could just see their eyes just like, oh man, this is big. And now it's starting to pick up steam, and man, they're all just over the moon. They're so excited about this whole entire journey.
Well, I think many, many, many people in the audience are. And you got another fan in your mega mentor, Usher. He called you a gem.
They call me a
So
gem.
I want to hear what it was like working with him and Blake.
It's, I mean, it's all the things that you like can possibly dream of, right? If you're somebody who's wanting to grow in music, it's kind of like those big, lofty, crazy, oh man, if I could be around anybody, I'd love to be around people like Blake Shelton, or Usher, whatever. And I'm actually doing it, and it's so mind-boggling. Um, and it's so inspirational. I mean, like when you get validation from somebody who's been to the mountaintop, they've seen it, and they're looking at you going like, yeah, you can be at the mountaintop too. And that man, I can't even tell you. I mean, that puts fuel in my tank. It's amazing. It's amazing. And he really dives into the music with you. Like he's like, oh man, I'd love to feel this here. I'd love for you to do this here. I'd love for you to take a breath here. And it was it was amazing. Amazing.
Well, it's fun to watch as a viewer, and of course, we all know that he was a coach on the show.
Yeah.
And this season is unlike any other, even last season. But this year, with the physical distancing you guys have done on the battles and the knockouts, talk to us
Yeah.
about what that's been like. And I will say before you answer, I understand it hasn't affected the camaraderie that you've developed with your fellow artists.
Not at all. I think it actually probably made it stronger. I mean, we're all in this together, and it is odd when you're on that stage and you're so separated, and and even in our practice things, they have these plastic sheets basically, you know, that they put up, and you got to sing on either side of it to practice with each other. Um, but it really created this bond. Like, you know, we're all having to go through this together. We all have the same dream. We all have these. Everybody here is ridiculously talented, right? Like, that's no ifs, ands, or buts. So everybody's here is talented. So there's no like ego thing going on. It's just like we're all in this together, and it creates this depth that it. I don't know if I've ever experienced it. It's like this. It's all, you know, this pressure that's been put on all of us, and it just created this really beautiful camaraderie that I've never experienced. It's absolutely beautiful. These people are lovely and lifelong friends. I mean, really, like, I've made lifelong friends because of this. So it's amazing.
Well, let's turn our attention to the coaches. Gwen said she thought you could win, but whatever happens, however it plays out, I bet that you have a philosophy about the meaning of all this.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's so much. I mean, uh, I think one of the biggest things is trusting in the ride, right? Like, this whole thing is a giant ride that I can't control, right? I have no control over this. I just do my part and hope it does whatever it's going to do. Um, but really enjoying the ride that you're on. And it doesn't have to be some giant thing either, because this is something I've learned throughout my life, is really embracing these moments that you get to live. Like, the fact that you're breathing and you're in this moment, you're experiencing this pressure, proves that you're doing something that deserves some nerves. It deserves some like adrenaline. It deserves respect. And so to just be able to just be in that, to trust in that, and then in the end know that, like, pass or fail really isn't up to us here. It's just about doing the best we can with what we've been given. And we have been given a really really beautiful opportunity and a massive stage in a time where it's really hard to play anywhere right now. You know, we're all musicians, and you can't really play anywhere right now. So we've been given this beautiful gift, and you know, I think coming out of it is just trust the ride. Just hang on, enjoy it. Don't try to fight it. Don't try to, you know, I don't know, adjust it. Just enjoy it and go with it, man. And it's turned out to be just an amazing highlight in my life. Unbelievable.
Well, it's been a highlight for viewers everywhere, including myself, but I know you have to get back to your preps for the show. So
Yes.
I am rehearsing, and I know all this hard work has a lot of preparation for it, but I want to raise a toast to you, Jim,
I'm
and
in.
to your continued success and to your really inspiring journey that has touched me and so many others. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. It's been an honor. Cheers.
Cheers.